Hey everyone, I'm here with my friend Nicole.
Hi everyone.
And we're going to be cooking with intent. We're going to be making lemon lavender sugar cookies, and every ingredient is going to have a purpose.
For this recipe you will need 1 cup unsalted softened butter, 2.5 cups of sugar, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon vanilla, 3 teaspoons lemon zest, grated fine, 3 teaspoons crushed lavender, 2 3/4 cup flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of salt.
So now Nicole is going to add 1.5 cups of sugar to the butter, and she's going to start creaming that together.
So, how did you come across this recipe? I've never cooked with lavender before.
Well, lavender is actually one of my favorite herbs to work with, even though it's not necessarily seen in culinary cooking a lot. You don't really see lavender being used. But it's really a great herb to work with. It's aromatic, it has a great taste, it's almost very peppery and has a hint taste of licorice. I've probably had this recipe with my family, I think for 2 generations, and I've just been making it ever since I was a kid.
Alright, I'm gonna cream the butter and sugar together for about 1.5 minutes, just until it's all even consistency and it's nice and kind of fluffy looking.
So lemon is a great balance for lavender. Lavender has a really strong, peppery, or even a licorice type of taste, and the citrus really helps balance it out. So what I'm going to do is with a zester, I'm just going to zest a couple of tablespoons of lemon into a measuring cup. And having a zester is awesome because then you don't have to grate it, although a grater would work nicely to get it nice and fine. So when you're done zesting your lemon, you're going to want to charge the lemon peel with positive energy. Cooking with intention means that we have a purpose for what we're making. So these cookies are great for love, luck, protection, or psychic abilities. Today we're actually making these cookies for psychic enhancement. The lemon peel is going to boost up our energy, clear out any negative energies, and make us see clearly. That's what I love about lemon. So I'm going to get to charging these, and then next we're going to add the egg to the batter and crush up some lavender, okay?
Okay, I just added Pat's charged lemon zest. I'm going to add the 1 egg. Then the 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm going to mix this before we add the crushed lavender. And we're going to mix it all.
Okay guys, so I just got done preheating the oven, and now I'm going to start on my lavender. Always make sure that you're using food grade edible herbs. I got my lavender, so this comes in this little pack, it was about $1.50 at World Market. You can get it at health food stores, I don't know, other markets that sell herbs, but just make sure that it's food grade because you don't want to be eating pesticides or anything like that. So I added my 2 tablespoons of herbs already into my mortar and pestle. You can also use a coffee grinder. And I'm just going to try to crush this up as much as possible so it's nice and grated. So lavender is a great herb to work with just because of its aromatics and its amazing taste. But magically, lavender is used for luck, love, protection, and opening up your third eye chakra, which is great for doing divination work, psychic energy, or magic in general. That's why I love this recipe, and that's why we're cooking with intent today using lavender and lemon. They're both used for opening up your psychic energies. The last time I used this recipe was for my practical magic party over the summer, where we did tarot card readings and tea leaf readings, and it's a lot of fun. This recipe is great to share with your friends. Our lavender now looks like that. It's nice and crushed up. Hopefully you guys can see all right. We're going to add this to our wet ingredients. Then we're going to add our dry ingredients to the wet ingredients. I hope you're following along. We're going to mix it all together, and then we'll be back to you with the dough, okay?
Okay, I added the dry ingredients in a separate bowl, the flour, the baking powder, and the salt. And we're going to slowly add that in with the creamed butter and sugar.
So now that the dough has been mixed and it's formed a ball, we're just gonna let this sit in the fridge for about 5 minutes. When that's done, we're gonna roll our dough out and we're gonna start cutting the cookies and then we're gonna get them in the oven, okay? So the dough is cooled in the fridge for about 5 minutes. It's nice and set up. I'm gonna start getting things prepped and Nicole's gonna tell you what we're doing, okay?
Okay, so we put some flour on the counter so the dough's not gonna stick. We put some flour on the rolling pin also so the dough doesn't stick to it. You're gonna wanna roll it out so we're able to use a cookie cutter to cut out some fun shapes.
Yeah, and you're gonna wanna roll it out so it's like about, what would you say, how thick?
1/8 of an inch maybe.
1/8 of an inch. Yeah, so you want to roll it out till it's about 1/8 of an inch, working back and forth. If hopefully it won't fall apart like the dough's doing. If it starts to become too soft, you might have to refrigerate it a little bit longer. Like I said, just gently work back and forth until you have a nice, even, throw some flour in there for me.
Alright, this is what your dough should look like, all rolled out.
So since this is one of my grandma's recipes, I thought it would be nice to use one of her vintage cookie cutters. I recommend using a metal cookie cutter. I like using them. And something with a cool design or, I don't know, ruffles. I just don't like plain cookies. Something simple like rustic. You're going to want to make sure that you coat your cookie cutter in flour before you start going. Start at the edges, rocking back and forth and lifting up. Once we're done cutting these cookies out, we're going to lay them on a tray and get our first batch in the oven. Okay guys, so we got done cutting all of our cookies out. Unfortunately, they're a little lopsided because we couldn't properly scrape them off the counter. I don't think.
It's best to use a metal spatula to get them off because it's very flat, and using a little bit of flour on the spatula also helps get them off the counter.
Okay, Rachel Ray, let me have a word. No. So, we're about to put these in the oven. And,
how long are we putting them in for?
7 to 10 minutes or until they're golden brown. Just make sure you check. I normally know because you'll get the scent of lavender throughout your house. While these are baking, we're going to go over making a really simple vanilla lavender glaze for the top of the cookies. Nicole came up with a really awesome glaze, so how will you tell everyone about your glaze?
In Magic folklore, lemon and lavender was, to help with sore throats, or it was to sweeten the words. So if you want someone to speak sweetly of you, you can give them lemon and lavender.
So actually, I've made a similar recipe with lemon and lavender lemonade or lemon and lavender chicken, which you can feed to your spouse or your boyfriend or your girlfriend. That's right, ladies. Feed this to your man. So what we're going to use is a cup of confectioner's sugar, which is powdered sugar. We're going to add that to the bowl, and it seems like a lot of sugar, but this thins out nicely. And then you're going to want to do a tablespoon at a time of milk until you get it to the right consistency. When you're done mixing in the milk, you're going to want to add a teaspoon to a tablespoon of vanilla extract, 2 to 3 drops of edible essential oil lavender, and then add some leftover lemon zest into this glaze until you get it to the right consistency and the perfect taste. And then once the cookies are done, we're going to garnish them with this glaze and some lavender flowers.
And if it ends up too wet, you can always add a little bit more confectioner's sugar.
So that's what it's going to look like. We're going to add the oil and the lemon zest, and then we're going to show you the cookies when they're done, okay? Okay guys, so we just pulled the cookies out of the oven, and one of my cookies clearly just fell to the floor. Wow, I would not do very well on the Food Network, but
5-second rule.
it's true, these cookies are really too good to waste. We're eating the dough nonstop. But we just pulled the cookies out of the oven. They're almost perfect. Almost. And I'm just flinging cookies around everywhere. So we're just moving them to a cooling rack. We're going to cool these for about 5 minutes if we can stand not eating them that long. Okay guys, so we're done decorating the cookies. I'm gonna have Nicole tell you what we did.
We just took a little bit of the glaze, we drizzled it on top, we took a little bit of lavender flower and sprinkled that in the middle, and then we just added a long strand of lemon zest, a little curly fashion, and set it on top. And you want to press it down a little bit because the glaze does harden pretty quickly.
You sound so professional. Like I'm so bad at talking on videos, and she makes it look easy. She has been a great guest, a great assistant for tonight. So hopefully you guys kind of understand what I'm trying to show, is that you can bring magic into every aspect of your life, whether it be cooking or crafting or doing just odds and ends. If you have a goal that you want to achieve, don't think that you have to sit in an altar and, you know, step by step do things. You can make it fun and bring magic into cooking or bring magic into your everyday life. So
Multitasking.
multitasking. It's like magic meets Martha Stewart, and that's what I'm trying to bring to you all. No, but these cookies are really delicious. I hope you guys enjoy them. I love these cookies. I'm sure that my grandma would have wanted you guys to enjoy these as well, if I could learn how to talk. But I wish you guys love and light, and I will see you soon.
Bye.
Hey guys, so I have a few tips for you that I wanted to add into the end of this video. Make sure that when you're done with your lemons, you keep them in the fridge, because just because you zest them doesn't mean they're not good. You can use them in lemonade, tea, anything you really want to use them for. Another tip is that with your leftover zest and lavender, you can make lemon lavender tea to go along with your cookies. You can also make lemon lavender lemonade. These are all really good uses for your leftover ingredients. So those are my few little tips, and I hope you enjoyed the video.
Hope you enjoyed the video. Just like we're enjoying these delicious cookie batter beaters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I feel dirty. I feel so dirty.